Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Talk to you guys about Brittany Renner, the greatest super villain alive. I should even say. Listen, she's coming with all sorts of villainary behavior. But you know what's really interesting about Brittany Renner? She's crying out for help. The sister is crying out for help in her videos. Whenever she does these videos where she goes on a super villain, Joker, the Mr. Freeze kind of monologue, listen, the girl was crying out for help. I can hear your heart crying over me. Okay, that note was off, but don't worry about that. You know what I meant. Listen, the next 6 minutes watching Brittany Renner is going to be a movie. So I decided to grab myself some snacks. I got my little piece of slice round here. You know what I'm saying? I got my little juice round here as well. I got my little Jesus turns water into wine. You know what I'm saying? I got to top it off with a few hobnobs. Listen, I'm not playing with you. We're going to enjoy the next 6 minutes. Listen, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor. Like it, share, subscribe. Click on the bell button for notification of the what uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, you got the minerals. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated because the streets out there are hot. All right, cool. Let's get into this video. Let me make myself a little bit smaller, make her a little bit bigger. You know what I'm saying? Actually, let me put myself in a corner here. You know what I'm saying? And you can watch her live. You know what I'm saying? We're going to enjoy what she's about to say. She needs help, though. I need her friends and her family to grab a hold of Brittany and grab a phone and say, baby girl, stop giving us social media diaries. Okay? All right? Just go and get therapy. All right? Let's listen to it.
A lot of people say that I have a few screws loose. Perhaps I do. I'm fragile, but not like a flower, more like a bomb. Yeah, I'm just unpredictable, unforgiving, beautiful, yet dangerous, like Mother Nature. You're right. I have lost my mind. And I don't wish to find it. I lost my mind when I started choosing courage over comfort. I lost my mind when I started choosing me over others who were negatively impacting my life. I lost my mind when I started living for myself. The irony. I have no desire to be normal. Normal, if you were to Google what normal means, it means to conform. If somebody told me right now, you either fit in with everyone else or you're dead. Sweetie, I will volunteer to go jump off the Golden Gate Bridge myself because I have no desire to water myself down to fit in with people who don't even know who they are. The things that I read about myself, I'm not going to lie, it tickles me. One, because it's just blasphemous and it's laughable. And probably a little bit because I'm a masochist. Oh, yes, call me a fucking slut. Oh, I love it. I know I am. But the other part is that the best you guys got? That's as low as you're going to go? Because I can go lower. Nobody has judged me harsher than I've judged myself. So the things that I read online, that's light work. I've been called worse by better. That better being me. My whole life, I've judged every little thing about myself. I've lived in shame up until recently, really. When I lost my mind and decided to choose me. I don't need to be saved. I'm free. You save yourself. Because I know exactly who I am. And where I'm going is far more significant than what I left behind. I'm not going to change my genetic makeup. It is encoded in me to be exactly who I am. And I am so not sorry. I'm just not. The world needed me, and that's why I'm here. I shake tables. I push envelopes. I'm a pusher. If it can be destroyed by the truth, it should be destroyed by the truth. I accept what comes behind me being me, even if that's being falsely accused, being ridiculed, dragged. I love it. I love it here. I'm built for this shit, honestly. I do the inner work outside of social media. So you're not going to see me on here boo-hoo. I do that in private. I do allow myself to feel in private, though. I mean, what are we saying? I have feelings too, you know. I allow myself to feel, and I don't judge anything.
Just quickly interrupting. You know, there's a lot that she's saying that I'm looking at and I'm going, baby girl, it sounds like you're real hurt. You can mask it as I'm really strong, but that's also showing that you're really hurt. Trying to pretend that you're really, really strong and I'm built for this, I'm made for this. And a lot of the stuff that you're made and built for, really and truly, darling, you shouldn't have to be going through. Okay? Okay? We should be living a life of peace at all times possible. And you're suffering because, like I said, you're making certain decisions. And then you're pretending as if you're really okay with it. Darling, what's happened is, I believe partly, yes, people have put a label on you. Partly, you've done some things that have caused people to feel a certain type of way. And what's happened is for you, okay, instead of actually doing the inner work to bring about a change, I think what's happened is you've done some inner work, you've addressed some issues, but there's still a lot more to go. Okay, darling. And right now, what you're doing is you're coming out onto social media and giving us the old bigums, okay, as if you're really, really strong. When sis, we know you are a human being, and like you said, you have to go behind the scenes and cry, and then you come onto the stage. So you're not going to cry in front of the camera. Yeah, well done. But oh snap, the piece will be coming up. Sorry, guys. At the end of the day, you know, like I said, you have feelings, you have thoughts, and I it sounds like you're struggling with those particular what people have been saying about you, and who wouldn't? If the whole world gets to have a say on who you are, that is very, very destructive, and it's very painful, right? So I am not here to try and crush you, but you're sounding like the greatest supervillain alive. Anyway, there's 2 more minutes. Let's get back into the video.
That comes up, and that is why I have endurance. That's why I can handle the load that has just been put on my shoulders, because I'm really built for this shit. There's truly not enough cloth for all of us to be cut from it, in the words of famous Pump It Up rapper Joe Budden. And a wise man once told me that all doors lead to the same destination. So instead of fighting with myself, trying to be something I'm not, I'm going to just stick to being me and accept it how it comes. Because the one thing I've learned is when life is uncertain, when you don't know what the fuck you're doing, that's when the magic begins. In uncertainty, in the unknown, the question mark. What is surrender? I'm surrendering, and whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Whether I try to fight it or I just go with the flow, I'm free. And I love that I'm differently wired, because me not being like you is my superpower. Yeah. We're just different. And that's okay. A lot of people say,
Wow. The greatest 6 minutes of a monologue of any supervillain I've ever heard. DC and Marvel do need to make sure they contact you. Listen, darling, I hear you. Okay, you're right. You're promoting stoicism right now, which is, you don't care. Okay, you're showing that, listen, in the face of hardship, you're gonna toughen your skin and go about it. And I think I hear that there's a portion of that we all need. We all need to be resilient, strong. You know what I'm saying? But there comes a time when one has to self-reflect. Remember, you've also got a child now. And I'm not trying to put extra pressure on her than I do the man, because we need PJ also to be there as well for his child. But sis, you're leaving a trail of evidence of videos, which it's done now. I've got the video on my channel now. It's done, innit? Really? Do you know what I mean? That are always going to be there, that are going to be a testimony of who you were once. And what I hope for is that you bring such a drastic change that these videos become absolutely nonsense. That when someone looks at it, goes, wow, that was actually Brittany. Rah, that's crazy. That I can never imagine her being that way now. Why? Because you changed. Let's hope for that. I want to hope for that, right? Other than that, I feel like you're playing more into the role, because it's like something that she said, which is really interesting. She said, oh, I can't, it's like basically you can't fight it. I've been called these names, da, 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 da. And basically what I heard was, since I've been called it, I'm just going to be it. And this is what the Bible says, so a man thinketh, so is he. She just said, listen, so essentially you guys call me that all the time. I'm just going to be it. You want to call me a slut and a hoe? Listen, let me be honest with you. She changes her ways. The man them are still going to call her slut and hoe. Because some men have no sense, no brain, and actually do not like women. They just like to call women this because it's a good way of degrading them, right? They will always do that. But the majority of us are waiting for the change. Just like salvation says that the whole of creation is waiting for us, to be wrapped up and glorified with Christ. You know what I'm saying? And she took me to church a little bit. I'm hearing what you're saying. And I just want to say this, listen, the way you see yourself, the way that the world sees you is not how Jesus Christ sees you. Jesus sees you as his daughter. Now, listen, apologies anybody who watched this. There was some swearing in there. I didn't know. I hadn't watched the whole 6 minutes. I didn't know there was going to be swearing in there. Okay. But, as much as actually there was, this is a raw her. And I want to just say, like, the fact that she's given us super diaries on social media is a cry for help. And I'm praying, oh my gosh, this pizza keep coming up. I'm praying that, listen, Lord, just send her help, the help that she needs, because she's crying out right now, like Israel from Israel and John the Baptist from the wilderness. It's like she needs help. Okay. Right. She's probably feeling very lonely right now, feeling like people maybe don't understand her. She needs help. Before she goes and sucks another man into her orbit and moves mad with him into the vortex, she needs help. And everybody can use a bit of Jesus. In fact, they could all use Jesus, not just a bit. They could all use Jesus. So listen, I'm gonna leave that. That's the greatest villain story arc I've seen so far. And I'm gonna say this. I can't cuss too much. You know what I'm saying? Because every man has been warned. If you go there next, you've been warned. We can't say anything. She has given you prior warning. If you go there, you're by yourself, sir. Nobody else going to say anything. She told you what she is. If you go and play with her and you get bent, it's your problem.
Let the challenge begin.
That's what the super villains are saying. Appreciate it, guys. Stay locked and stay loaded, baby. You know what time it is.